Hi, I'm Jay Baer from Convince and Convert. Welcome to Cision's Content Conversations. Joined today by Kathy Schaefer from KSA PR in Chicago. Kathy, thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome. Glad to be here.
Do you find that because of, especially I would say in the last 18 months, the rise of visual communication in social, whether it's photos on Twitter, obviously photos popular on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all these different places, it's very, very visual now. Do you see that impacting your side of the business, that it's not just necessarily a tweet that is words, but sometimes you have to back that up with an infographic or these other sort of ways of telling stories with pictures instead of just words?
Yes, and I think it's no different than when people changed from radio to TV.
Well
Beings like pictures. Many human beings are visual learners, and so photos, video clips, etc., can say something so much more quickly. And I think that the human mind is waiting for that. And I'd be interested, and I don't know if anybody's ever studied this, to know how the use of more video and photos in social media has affected how those work together, TV viewership, and where people get their information.
It's fascinating you asked that. I just saw a report this week that showed, I think it was from Kleiner Perkins, Caulfield and Byers, the investment organization, the venture capital company, and showed that this overwhelming percentage now, I think it was upwards of 60% of Americans are dual screening when watching television, right? That this idea, I think the headline was that television is the new fireplace, right? That you very rarely, unless you're quite melancholy, are just watching a fire, right? It's fire while reading, fire while playing a board game, fire, and they're saying that television is now that, right? That it's TV while on your phone, TV while on your tablet. And I think it's really interesting. And that's why, one of the reasons why you see Twitter and Facebook very much jostling behind the scenes to be the sort of conduit for that second screen communication, people chattering about television programs, and there's a lot of investment being done there. And I think it's fascinating to think that, oh, TV is not enough to hold our attention anymore, right? We have to have something on top of that. As somebody who grew up in a 3-channel household, it's amazing to consider that, you know?
Yeah, and it's interesting because I also grew up in a 3-channel household back in Chicago. Maybe there were 5, but what's interesting about that is that I think it was reality TV that got people started on that and voting, but it was on your cell phone. It wasn't necessarily on Twitter or Facebook, and I think that has really driven a lot of it. But if you think about it, it's your device, whatever your device is, and everything. People take them into the bathrooms. They take them to bed with themselves.
Yeah.
So why would TV be any different? I mean, it's sort of funny. The thing that I think that's interesting about all this content, though, is Marshall McLuhan said the media is the medium is the message.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's flipping around. And from my perspective, right now, the message drives which media outlet or which type of medium you use. And so in my mind, message comes first. And so when we work with our clients on their public affairs campaigns, we need to make sure that they understand the message, and then the magic of translating into a short, what used to be called a soundbite, but it's not all sound anymore.
Sight bite, as I heard the other day.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Eric Schwartzman
That's good.
said that the other day,
That's
a sight bite, which I think is really smart.
Yeah.